Okay, we're going to try making these flaxseed crackers that I love so much. And there's a lot of variations that we can do with this, but I just want you to kind of see what we're doing. So, I don't know if you can see those, probably not just as clear, but this is the flax. This is a golden flax, 1 cup, and this is the brown flax, 1 cup. And we're just going to add 1 cup of sunflower seeds, which I gotta go get, and 3 cups of water. So I'm just gonna pour this in, and then I'll go grab the sunflower seeds and we'll put them in. Okay, sorry, I wasn't quite all the way prepared. So about 1 cup of raw sunflower seeds, and I usually put pumpkin seeds in too. So I'm just gonna empty my little bag here and put a few in, probably about 1/4 cup. Anyway, you just kind of mix them around, no big deal. What's going to happen is that the flax turns gelatinous, so it's going to soak up all of this liquid, and it's going to have this really gooey jelly texture. So we'll come back in probably a couple of hours. As much, you could let it sit till you're ready, but you'll be able to tell when it's ready to go. So we'll come back when this is all set. Okay, so it's been a couple of hours, and I wanted to kind of show you that this is a really thick, gooey, gelatinous kind of whatever mess. I call it goop. Anyway, so now what you're gonna do is just have that big bowl sitting there. Let me wash my fingers from the goop. And you're going to make the liquid for the crackers. So first thing we're going to do is add to your blender, hopefully you have a nice one, is about 1/2 of a red onion. You could use yellow. I've done both and I like them both. 2 or 3 stalks of celery. These are already mashed, cut up and ready to go. 3 to 4 tomatoes, or about 1/2 quart of home canned tomatoes. So I'm just going to pour in 1, 2, 3, 4, about half. Well, that's a little more than half, but that's okay. It will be just fine. I'm going to add into mine 1 or 2 jalapenos because I like it. It's not on the recipe, but my family likes them with just a little bit of flavor, so I'm going to just add that in. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Let's see, put my tablespoon up here. And you could use Bragg's liquid aminos if that's what you use for your cooking. It's a kind of a more natural, not sure, it's a non-fermented soy-based still product. Anyway, so you've got your soy sauce, and then 1 teaspoon of chili powder. And you can do this more or less based on how you like it. I tried to follow it pretty close, and then my garlic, I tried to follow it pretty close when I brought it to the fair. Let me just blend this up real quick. I'm going to just stick it over here and blend it. Takes about that long. So it's turned into a liquid. You can kind of see. Let me move all this stuff out of the way now. Okay, so you have your bowl of flax and your seeds, and then what you're going to do is you're going to just pour this liquid right into it. And kind of scrape things out. It's good juice. It's all just fresh vegetables and things that you're going to want in there. Then for some more fun with dehydrating, I'm going to add a couple of grated carrots. Now, I already had most of them done. This takes just a minute. This is a good job for the kids. Grate the carrot. And it also adds some nice nutrition and some color. Anyway, so add your couple of carrots that are grated. Then I also have my Vidalia chopper on with the lowest setting, and I've done all of my bell pepper. Had one whole bell pepper that I've done on here. And so here's my, in little tiny squares. So here's my bell pepper. And you're just going to add that in. And if there's other vegetables you like, once you do this a couple times, you're going to go, oh, this is so easy. And then you can change up your flavors. And then basically all you're going to do now is just stir this in with the goop that's in here, all of your flax, and make this very soupy, goopy. Man, it almost could be a science experiment. Anyway, you're just going to incorporate it. But later on, if you want to try, you could do, if you have other flavors that you like, that you could experiment with different vegetables or different flavors. If there's somebody who can't have onions, don't put them in, pick something else. Anyway, you can do whatever you want. So anyway, you just, that's really pretty much it, is just incorporating the liquid into the flax goo. Then what we're going to do is get our dehydrator sheets out, the same ones we used the other day when we did our granola. And you're just going to take, now this isn't as thick as the granola, so you have to be a little bit more careful not to put it all the way out to the sides. But you still want it to be fairly thick. It will dry out because of all the liquid in here, but if you make it too thick or too thin, the crackers will just like disintegrate. There won't be anything to like eat. So you still want it to be a quarter or so, quarter to a half inch thick. And don't go too close to the edges. You can go closer than this, but I'm gonna just do 3 or 4 trays like this. I'm going to stick them on the dehydrator. Once again, between 105 and 115. That will keep all of the nutritional value in this. It won't kill it with heat. And so when these dry, then the seeds and all of the vegetables and everything will still be really, really healthy for you. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 or 3 trays and get them on the dehydrator. What you're going to do is you dry this for about, I'd say 12 hours. And then what happens is the top gets all dry, but the underneath side that's stuck to the mat is still moist. So what I do is then I just flip it over, take off the mat, because this side's dry, just put it on the regular tray and then dry it for about another 10 to 12 hours until it's completely dry. So I'll be back tomorrow morning when this is all done. All right, so I just wanted to show you. This came just off the dehydrator and it's dry, but the underneath side is still wet. So I'm gonna take a separate tray without the cover, just flip it over, take this stuff off, and then peel off this. You can see it's still wet underneath, and then you're going to finish drying it on this side. Very easy, and it'll be dry in, I don't know, 8 or 10 hours. So the crackers are done. They are hard. We turned them over. They finished drying. Now they're going to be hard, and you can just break them up and put them in some kind of an airtight container. I do use Ziploc bags. You can leave them in big pieces or you can put them in small pieces. If you want them to be kind of like a sandwich, you can leave them in bigger pieces. This batch did turn out a little thicker than usual, so it didn't dry as much as I thought it would. But it still is delicious to taste, and it's got a little zip because I added those jalapenos. Anyway, I hope you'll try. Just remember, just like everything else, if there's something, an ingredient in here that you don't have or you don't know how to get or you don't like, substitute it for something else. Try a different flavor. Use smoke. You could use barbecue. You could do lots of different things. Ranch dressing. Anything that you like as far as seasonings would probably work. Anyway, have a great day and enjoy your crackers.